Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today I'm sharing thrifted fall DIYs. I went to a couple yard sales this summer, Goodwill. I'm gonna show you guys what I put together. Everything was $1 and under that I picked up, so let's get into it. This first DIY, I'm making a wreath. It has been too long since I've actually made one of these. I'm starting out by using a thrifted yard sale wreath. It was $1, but I've had this for years. I've reused it. I've actually never put glue on this one until today. So this is going to be like a little permanent fall wreath for all years. So I'm using some mums from the Dollar Tree. I picked these up this year. And I want to say I used like 2 bunches of each of these florals. And then I just kind of started cutting. And I don't really know how much I used, but enough to fill this entire thing up. So we got some white, we got some orange. We're going to throw some greenery in there. The greenery did not come from Dollar Tree. It came from a yard sale as well. And then we have these little mini mums that are also from Dollar Tree. And I'm really just kind of filling up the wreath. There's just really no rhyme or reason or how I'm doing this and nothing special, but I just wanted this packed full so you can barely see that grapevine wreath. I'm also using these florals. I don't really know what they are exactly. They look like little beads. I'm sure they're called something, but I ripped the tag off before I could actually read that. I'm sure it says some like generic thing. But anyways, I'm just sticking these along the wreath as well. I don't know if I love these, but I thought it gave it some kind of like dimension and it looks kind of fun. And then the last thing I decided to do with this was add some pumpkins. I just had these little sweater pumpkins. I guess that's what we're going to call little sweater pumpkins. And then I'm just adding them all around the wreath. And that is it for this one.
The sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect.
DIY, I'll be using this cutting board. It was 50 cents, as you can see, from a yard sale, and I'm just using my Bosch sander to sand this one down. And the awesome thing about this is when I took all the sealer off in this, you get some nice wood there. I actually stained this and in the classic gray color by Minwax. But I did it on a day. It was like raining and dark in my garage, so you didn't get to see me film that, unfortunately, because it was just too dark. It wasn't working. And then now I am using a Chalk Couture Silk Screen Transfer in some Chalk Couture chalk paste. So the orange one is called Peach Cobbler, which I really like this. It is a lighter orange color. And then, of course, we have the good old Eucalyptus and Bright White, which I use that one all the time. And then I thought about using that camel color and that brown color, but I just decided to opt out of that and just use more of the Eucalyptus. And I think this one is so pretty, and I think this turned out really good for 50 cents. I think this is the cutest little fall decor piece for my kitchen. And I will also link Chalk Couture in the description box below for you guys. They are going to be coming out with some amazing Christmas transfers. You guys don't want to miss those. They are the absolute cutest things I have ever seen. Picked up this little easel. This was only $1 from a yard sale, and of course I am sanding it down, and I didn't have to sand the entire thing down. I kind of started to, and then I realized I really didn't have to because I was going to paint over the top anyways. I'm going to go in with the Waverly chalk paint and paint this whole entire top. So it did take 1 to 2 coats, maybe just 1. I'm not sure. You could probably get away with 1 coat. And anytime I do thrifted DIYs, I really do love using Chalk Couture. I don't use it nearly as much as I would like in my videos, but I do a lot of this like on the side, like in my spare time. This is like the go-to craft that I enjoy doing the most. So I have the same colors here. I'm using that camel color chalk paste, and I'm just doing the stem and just the bottom, and then we got that cute little peach cobbler color, and then I am going to go in with some, I think, what is that called? It's just black, but I think it's called Velvet is the actual name on So if you're looking for it. And then a lot of people talk about chalk couture and how it can be a little pricey, and it is. Like, don't get me wrong. That's why I am a designer. That's why I kind of signed up, because you get 40% off of everything. And I think that is awesome. So, and also if you're looking at the chalk paste and think it's expensive, definitely like go for the little packets to start with. They're a little bit cheaper. You don't get as much, but a little bit goes a long way when it comes to doing these. But this is what this looks like when it is all done. I love this one. All right, so let's get into something a little bit easier. No chalk couture. We just got this little wooden vase. $1 from a yard sale. Sometimes I wonder why people sell things for as cheap as they do, and then I realize that I have yard sales and sell things for super cheap, and I am so grateful that they do, because then I can turn in really inexpensive decor into something like super cute. I'm using the color Truffle by Waverly. This only took one good coat, and even if the little red kind of crept through, it was totally okay. Crept through? Was creeping through. I also decided to use a Dollar Tree wood bead wreath. This did have a pumpkin in the center. I didn't like that. I cut it out. And then I just added some florals, and I kind of just added and used whatever I had left over. My fall DIYs are coming to an end, so I am just kind of using up everything that I have bought this year. But overall, I think this is so cute, and honestly, I think my little floral display looks good. I'm not really the best at doing those. Okay, so next one, you're going to see my beautiful light in the center of this. I am measuring this out so I can make a Cricut decal for this sign. So this is actually a whiteboard. I found this at, I don't know where I found this. It was either at Goodwill or a yard sale. I want to say it was more of a yard sale, but it could, I don't know. I'm not sure. It couldn't have been over $1 or $1.50. So forgive me that this is $1 DIYs or under, because this might have been like $1.29 if it was from Goodwill. And I say Goodwill, but it's actually like an outlet. I don't think it's like an actual outlet, but it has like those bins of clothes. So maybe it's like an outlet bin store. Anyways, my decal is a fall bucket list. I think this is cool because it's on a whiteboard, so you can always like check things off, which I think is cool, and then like reuse it every year. This one was actually just already pre-made in Design Space. If you type in fall bucket list, this is like one of the first ones to come up. I accidentally used permanent vinyl for this one, so I don't know what it is with the permanent vinyl at Cricut, but sometimes it is pretty hard to get off. So, you know, if it's hard to get off the sheet, I usually just scrape the backside, and it seems to work just a lot better. And then I just peel it off, stick it on, good to go. To finish this one, I just used some window clings. I still may do a fall video with the window clings. I found these last year at Dollar General, and so let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a window cling hack video. If not, then I'll just save it for next year or go along and do something else. I have a ton of ideas still, but I may just have to kind of save some of those for next year, because like I said, I want to say October, I will be doing Christmas. It's crazy, I know. $1 for this sign from a garage sale. I am using the color In the Navy by Dixie Belle, and I'm getting like fuzz balls off the sides. If you're wondering like, what are you doing while painting? Just, you know, I don't clean some of my stuff. I kind of thought this was clean, brought it in. I'm like, oh, this probably should have been clean, but covering up the dirt with the paint, it's fine. And then I decided to use another Chalk Couture silkscreen transfer. This is a smaller one, and it just says Hello Pumpkin, and I am using that peach cobbler color once again for the chalk paste. Yes, I did have to move it to its side because I couldn't see the bottom of the transfer, and I did not want it to get it on the bottom of the sign. And I think this turned out really good. This was honestly like a whim kind of thing. I've had this sign for a while, and some things just need to get out of my craft room. If I've seen them too long, they've got to go. I picked up these little pumpkins from Dollar Tree last year and decided to go ahead and use the black and white and gray buffalo check. And I am just hot gluing that right to the side of the sign. And it kind of works perfect because it had like that little divider in between the signs. So it had like the little square and the little rectangle. I don't know. I think it looks really cute. Added a wooden leaf and some twine for a bow. And that is it for this one. Poor thing was a long time coming. I have had this forever. I want to say since May, and I started painting it in May. Had to finish painting it recently because it's just been sitting around. I decided to paint it in the white chalk paint and then go ahead with the color Truffle to dry brush it just a little bit. And this was a Christmas wreath or a window, or it had a little Christmas wreath on the inside. And then I ripped it off, ruined the little, is this a window pane? I'm going to say yes. And then I'm just covering it with a Hobby Lobby wreath. This was after fall last year for just a couple bucks. Added some rope to the top to hang it, and that is it. And that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love you consider sticking around and subscribing. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.
To last, but all the fun times we had